The great thing about retail is you don't know what's going to come in the door. Today we have the one and only comedian David Naster, legendary, internationally renowned. David, could you please help some of my audience with some humor?
Yeah, interesting. The humor that I do is how humor and laughter help us get through difficult times. It's all how we get through difficult times. So people come up and tell me stories how humor and laughter help. That's what I do. That's my premise. For example, one of my best buddies came up. This is true. One of my best friends came up to me and said, I went to see my friend in the hospital. He just got his leg amputated to diabetes. And I walk in there and I'm crying. I don't know what to say to him. He's laying there with one leg. And he's laughing. And I said, how can you laugh at a moment like this? He goes, how can I not laugh? Read that card somebody just sent me. And the card read, get well soon. I hope you get back up on your feet. It crossed out feet and wrote foot. And I said, did you laugh? He goes, yeah, I laughed. And he said, but here's the deal. When you laugh about stuff like that, and he said, that's how I deal with it. And as Jews, we know that. We know that to deal with tragedy, you have to bring some divine light into the darkness. And that's what humor does. It brings some divine light into the darkness. So my humor, when I go on a cruise ship, I just talk about what we do every day on the ship and jokes like that. So Moshe, my premise, what I do, it makes me different than any comic, is I will talk about the most difficult things we go through and how humor and laughter helps you get through it.
David, can we get 2 rabbi jokes since the high holidays are coming for the audience?
Oh, no, you guys have heard every rabbi joke.
No. David, 2 rabbi jokes.
No.
And I put your website on so my followers could see you.
Okay, but listen.
Naster.com.
Here's what I mean. I go to it's called the Chabad of Leawood in Overland Park, Kansas. Actually, Leawood. I'm there. So I'm there, and then I know the rabbi very well. Rabbi Weinberg's a great pal. So we're there, and they're talking about, it was a parsha where Aaron's sons got too close to Hashem. They tried to sneak a look, and they died. So to make it right, he was told what he had to do, to bring the embers and the sacrifice to do that. And I looked at the rabbi next to me and I said, this is without a doubt the first tailgating in Jewish history. And not only did he laugh, he went up and used it. He used it afterwards. And then, matter of fact, this week's Parsha, when there were 72 different commandments, mitzvahs that we're supposed to do, he got me the one up where there was 72. I mean, the biggest one, I was up there. And it was there's some pretty juicy things in there, that if somebody grabs a guy, that if a woman grabs him, that he can cut her hand. And I looked at the rabbi. I said, either Hashem watches for the first 1,600 years up to Noah, or he knew what we were capable of doing and made these mitzvahs and said, don't do it. I know what you may be thinking of doing. And so I do that, but Moshe, here's the deal. I can't help but do that because my roots are in comedy. So I hear these things, and they're respectable, but they're very funny. Matter of fact, the rabbi's telling a joke. The rabbi was talking about, it's a mitzvah. If you walk down the street and you accidentally drop a dollar bill, and somebody finds that dollar bill, and they go pick it up and go buy a bagel and coffee with that. He said, that would be a mitzvah. And I said, mitzvah? That would be a miracle. Where can you find a bagel and coffee for $1? See, that's how I bring humor into what I'm learning now. Because you have to remember, I was brought up Reform in the Midwest, and my parents gave me a nice roots. But so now I've been going to the Chabad in Kansas City, and so I'm up here to study with Rabbi Friedman. Yeah. I'm up here to study with him, so that's how I bring humor into Judaism. And when you have rabbis repeating your lines that you say to him during the sermon, going, I'm on to something here.
Thank you so much, David.
Naster.
It's
Naster.
Naster.com.
Naster.com/web series. Go to the episode. These are all free, by the way. This is a way these are the mitzvahs I provide and help people with, and all these people. The first person you'll ever see in the whole thing is Dr. Patch Adams, the guy the movie was made about, the real guy. He wanted to come on and do that. But go to the episode where I interviewed 4 New York City firefighters at Ground Zero. Mike Hinkson, who's blind, was in Tower 1 when it was hit. He led people down the stairs, getting them laughing because they were petrified. And then Jack Mandelbaum, who survived the Holocaust from age 14 to 17. This is one episode, and how humor and laughter to this day keeps helping them survive.
We're gonna have one like that. That's